Oscar the Grouch. Nature or nurture? I want to talk to you about this. Nature or nurture, okay? Let me give you some pros and cons to this one.
Okay.
Lives in a trash can. Don't know how that happened, but it seems like his parents probably weren't high-quality parents to just throw him in a trash can. Where are we going to put the Grouch? Oscar? Let's put him in a trash can with a worm, okay? Okay? So that would make you grouchy. That would make you grouchy. Also, if you want to go, the nurture angle, you could say, Oscar the Grouch. I mean, anytime someone's calling you the Grouch, like that's your name. What is that? His middle name or his last name is Grouch.
His middle name is
the. But anybody that's saying the Grouch, that's your name. It's not even a nickname. That's your name.
Can I just break in real quick? I don't think anyone's saying, oh, look, it's Oscar the Grouch.
His parents, they're like, what are we going to call him?
It's Oscar the Grouch. Yeah.
The Grouch. The only one. The grouchiest person in the world.
That sounds like an Irish.
So you have to blame his parents a little bit.
Oscar the Grouch, presenting this year's debutante of honor, Oscar the Grouch. Come on, roll him out, boys. He lives in a can.
Okay, but all I'm saying is, you could look at it as nurture, but let me give you the nature aspect the more I thought about it. The can is on Sesame Street. And if you're going to live in a trash can, that's one of the better areas, better pieces of real estate you could live in. And it's the happiest street in the world. You got Big Bird you can hit on. I don't know that he does that. He's too grouchy for that. But all I'm saying is he has that going for him. So maybe it really is, his fault, really, because I don't know. I'm a cans half full guy, and I feel like Oscar, it's kind of his fault. He was so grouchy because that's a nice area. Of course, when you're living in the shittiest place in the nicest place in the world, that can make you grouchy. So I'm going both ways on this, buddy. What do you think? I'm going to do a documentary.
Yeah.
I mean, Oscar, the early years, and just kind of monitor, because he was really,
he was great. He used to live in a hamper.
Yeah.
He wasn't...
Oscar the Grouch,
Yeah. He, and at that point, he wasn't...
He was Oscar the Annoyed back then.
You're right. He wasn't... He was going by Oscar the Irritable.
Oscar the Irritable.
Living in the hamper.
Yeah, in the early years.
Because it's soft. There are a bunch of turtlenecks and button-downs in there. Those are warm to the soles of his feet. Of his withered, torn... crippled feet. I mean, he was raised in that can. But I think, I don't know if it's nurture. Nature is, I think, what kind of species is he? He might be one of those grouchy...
Predisposed to grouchiness?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this is as good as it gets for his kind.
I'll say this, too.
Maybe the other Grouches have died off because they don't get to live on Sesame Street. And they kill themselves off early. Or he's the only of his kind.
Or is he suffering from a chemical imbalance? And this is sort of the nature argument, which a lot of depressives feel, which is no matter what your surroundings or situation, you still find a way to frame it negatively. And that might be his problem, is that he's predisposed not to being grouchy, but just to seeing things in a way where he acts grouchy. And, the other thing is, if you're sort of irritable, if you're not in a great mood... There's this huge fucking bird walking around. Everybody's talking about numbers and letters.
I know.
Some weird, celebrity.
And the celebrities come by, and they don't give him the time of day either.
Katy Perry could give a shit about Oscar the Grouch.
Nobody hits on him.
She's looking at him going, Russell Brand is half your age and
everybody's hitting
has twice the weirder hair.
Yeah, no, everybody's hitting on Ernie and Bert, and no one's giving Oscar any love. It's bullshit.
I mean, what I wonder is... Here's my essential question.
God didn't make Oscar the Grinch. I did. No,
Oscar the Grinch.
It's how to do it, survive.
Do you think it would help? Here's an essential question. Do you
think eat things that'll make a billy goat puke. To kill, period. Remember one thing when you go out there with Oscar the Grinch? An ample supply of body bags. Body bags. I was going to say hamper, and I lost the thread.
I think, would it make it better for Oscar... Yeah. If you just hopped in that can with him. Just get in the trash with him.
The worm did.
Because I think that's part of it, though, is the only sort of physical contact he's ever felt is that worm. And where's that going?
Yeah, what's going to happen with that? What's happening with
Up
that?
the hatch. The Pookie hatch.
To the what? The Pookie hatch?
That's what I call an anus.
Is
That or
is
Nancy Grace.
Is that okay? Is that a new development? The Pookie hatch?
Yeah, it's something I've been working on lately, you know.
Pookie hatch.
That way, if I have any irritability down there or any grouchiness, I can be like, ooh, my Pookie hatch is, you know, splintering or whatever.
Splintering.
It's less disgusting.
I put some...
Or somehow it's more.
I took some horse sterilizer and I...
Horse sterilizer.
And my Pookie
Do
hatch.
not take that. That's special
Luckily,
A.
I have some duct tape, so
Yeah, take Special K. If you take Special A,
Tape together my
it's a
Pookie
horse
hatch.
sterilizer. And it'll make your dick go back up into your own body. Which is not a great high. I mean, you can listen to trance music on it, but you won't want to be, you know, you won't want to in an hour. All right.